Hi, my name is Simone and I'm a Zen Mommy and I'm here today. I'm responding to another question from Elle. And this question is, how do you know what traits per slash personalities the being that you are outside of the game has? Okay. And she goes on to tell me about what she's witnessed with herself. Um, Also, in the end, she ends in this one question I think is good for me to say. So, do you have any tips on how to know what personality of the being that you are has? So, okay, okay. So, let's see. So, how do you know the personality? Okay, so let's reflect back to my experience. Okay, so Simone, right? Born into this life, a soul having a human experience. Simone, and when I say Simone, I mean you. I mean all of us, okay? We come in here and, we don't have a memory, okay? So that means we don't remember who we are. We don't remember our personality. So what happens is a personality develops based on our experiences, based on our beliefs, based on our programming, based on what we watch on TV, what we're exposed to at school, at church, from the news, from your family, okay? So this person begins to develop, right? And we also have like this ego personality, right? So you begin to develop into who you are as a person, right? And because the truth is you don't really know who you are, so you just become, whatever the experience, a lot leads you to or whatever. And what I noticed that, throughout my life, I had become, you know, I had become a person who I guess I lacked a lot of confidence and self-esteem growing up, and I was confused, about this reality. Parts of me knew that stuff wasn't right, but I just didn't get it. Like why things kept going negatively wrong all the time, and I really feel like, the lack of self-love I had, kind of created this person who, and this goes for all of us, and whatever it is, it's like we begin to develop like these personas, and we just kind of become them based on who we are, and then we put on these masks, right? So when you face people at work, you're a certain way. When you face people in your neighborhood, you're a certain way. When you're around your family, you might be a little more yourself depending on your connection to your family or whatever. And when you are on social media, this is a perfect example. Social media, any of the platforms, YouTube, whatever. People come here and they put their best foot forward. You see all these lovely pictures on Instagram. He bought me flowers for Valentine's Day. Oh, this, oh, that. Oh, look, I went to this expensive restaurant. All of that, right? Then the next thing you know, they broke up or something happened. Like I've seen things where things goes bad as enough to murder. I'm not supposed to say that, huh? Is it unalive? Whatever. I'm just saying, like, people put on a face that they want the world to see, and the truth is, the authentic self is hiding so far beneath. Like, yeah, we don't remember who we are, but the authentic self is buried in there. It's there. It's you. It's your inner being. That's who you are, right? And so, when I had my near-death out-of-body experience, I instantly walked into the moment where I was fully the person who, my true personality, my true self. And I just, okay, so it was a big difference. I was extremely confident, nothing, like I remember in my life, a lot of the pain that I had was from lack of love. People treated me bad, people who I thought were supposed to love me, showing me that they didn't love me, and me just searching for somebody to love me, searching for my family, trying to find my birth family, searching for them. When I find them, they don't love me, and it kept happening again and again. I kept being faced with like no love. It like eluded me. And when I realized that I was a creator God, I was an infinite soul, I felt an extreme amount of love. Like I knew I didn't need any man. Okay, I didn't need anybody. I knew that I was everything and connected to everything. I was full of joy and laughter and happiness. In this life, I would often think, God, I'm bad at creating anything. I used to think that, what am I good at? I'm good at nothing. I keep trying to get into stuff, but I'm not excelling at it, And like all those little things I was thinking, all gone. I knew that if I wanted to create something, I could create whole worlds, okay? I could create whole beautiful sceneries. I could create the most complex of creations, And your personality, right, is definitely different, okay? So how do we get to that true personality of our higher self, okay? So this is a part of ascension, is merging with our higher self, becoming more of who we truly are. And the first step of doing that is to live a more authentic life, Start living in awareness, Am I just posting all the good stuff when at home my household is crazy? There's arguments every night, people is fighting, people is doing this, and I'm getting involved. And then but when I turn on the camera, everything is fine. My life is perfect. You have to not live in denial anymore, okay? Like if something is wrong, admit that it's wrong, okay? Be honest, be open. That's how you're going to get to the true you. As long as you live in a fake you, you're never going to see that for a real personality. And and it takes time, okay? Another thing you do to get to that true personality is start to create, okay? Start leaning in on what makes you happy. What are you passionate about? Really think about the things you're doing in your life and just think, does this really make me happy? Am I really happy just doing, this? Like say you're in the medical field, right? And you're like, does being in this medical field really make me happy? Seeing the things that are wrong here, working for them, or you like helping people, right? You like helping them come to full health, but you're not happy doing it. And so what would you do is you would start to look within and try to find what makes you happy. Maybe finding something else you can do that you still get to help people heal and come to full health. Maybe find something that, you know what I'm saying? So looking into it like that, right, is once you begin to find that thing and then create, you'll begin to feel something about that creation. You may think it's simple, like, say, I do pottery and I like to create vases, When you creating, whether you're drawing, creating vases, creating candles, creating sound, healing music, that is coming straight from Source. Who is Source? Source is you. I'm going to keep that in front of your face. You're an infinite being. You're a creator God. When you're creating, you're tapping into the energy of the true you. And when you really get in the vibe of what you're doing, you can go so deeply, and you'll feel so much joy. And it takes time, right? But this experience, don't look at it as, I haven't figured it out yet. No, that's a part of the journey. Remind yourself to enjoy the experience right now, okay? Yeah, I'm in a human body. Yeah, I know this isn't really my real personality, but start trying to learn about you. Find out, what you really like. What do you really like to do, Do you deny yourself of doing things you really want to do? Like say, it's the weekend and you have plans I'm gonna chill, stay home and watch a movie, whatever. But part of you is like, oh, it's such a nice day. I wish I could go sit at the park and or go to the lake or go to a national park and view nature and really connect to the earth, right? See, when you look at those two things to do, right, you're gonna realize that although the ego personality wants you to sit back and chill, your true self is like being drawn to the nature itself, to the creation itself, because that is you, that is a part of you. You know, it grounds you, it lifts you up, it raises your vibration. Okay, so that's just an example, right? And so for me, I'm definitely on that journey. Although I had those moments of remembering who I am like remembering that and remembering that true personality. Like all I can say now is I can look back and I can say I know I'm strong. I know I'm okay. I know things are perfect, right? But sometimes you get in this human experience, and the human experience will try to weigh down on little situations come up. They try to draw you back into old thought patterns and stuff. And so it's a part of the game, it's a part of the illusion. It's like, don't give up on being you, on trying to be more authentic. Like really talk to yourself. If you don't admit it to anyone else, talk to yourself. Like say your friends are like, let's go we want to go to the club tonight, we want to party, we want to get drunk and all this stuff. And sometimes people will be like, oh yeah, I really don't want to do that, but my friends are asking me, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to pretend like I'm all into it. And the truth is, you're not being honest with yourself if it's something you really don't like. And I'm not saying it's going to be that situation, but put it in any situation. Are you doing things you really don't like? Are you on social media posting all these great things when you actually have a lot of problems at home, you know? And even me, you know, like even me, you know, I felt that what I'm trying to say is I think about it all the time, you know, and it's one of the reasons why I closed my social media accounts. Because, you know, there was a time where I was always posting all these good things, but crazy things was happening in my life when I got off the social media. And I remember, you know, it came to a point where the crazy things had built up to explosion. And I just got on social media and started telling people what happened. Like I just openly just wanted to vent it out. And that was the first time I was being real, you know. And on my journey, I began to see that, you know, what face do I put on when I come in front of this camera, you know? Same thing, like even now, right? So when I come in front of this camera, and I'm like, okay, so this happened the other day. When I was making videos, let's just say that last video where I talked about subconscious fears and traumas, I didn't want to share that situation about CPS. I didn't want to share that story, you know, it was personal, you know. But I was like, it was blocking me. It was holding me back from sharing something I felt needed to be shared. And, you know, I had to become authentic to actually share that. I really feel like I will be of no use to people if I just pretend like every day is perfect, you know. It's just that's not what this journey is about. This journey is about authenticity. There's some other things that I haven't talked about yet that I was also thinking about. And it's hard to make a video. It's hard to make videos that I'll talk about some deep things I want to talk about because I have to. Because like I'll start talking and I'll know, like I'll refer into a situation and I know it's gonna be hard to understand if I don't actually tell you what happened. And so I was thinking about like one of the things I was thinking about holding back on sharing with everybody, at least for a while. But I realized this thing that I'm going through currently is a big part of my life right now. It's a big part of my spiritual journey. And so I realize now that, you know, I may have 9 pages of topics of stuff that I came up with, but I realize that I need to be discussing this thing, you know, that I need to talk about because that's what I'm drawn to. That's a big part of my life. Of course, I'm going to go to those other topics and everything, but it made me realize that. And I was thinking, okay, at first I was like, no, right? So I had decided, I told my husband, I said, you know what, I got to talk about this. We got to share this, you know? And because once I do, then I can be more candid about, you know, the scenarios and situations I want to talk about that I've been dealing with on the spiritual journey as a, you know, as an infinite being ascending, you know, this creation, you know, trying to ascend, working on ascension, you know what I'm saying? So being more authentic is going to help you find your true personality. You just have to realize, like, the person that you think you are right now, none of that is you, okay? None of the fears, none of it is you. And so in order to get to her or him or whatever, you have to really realize, like, what you are not, okay? Say you're a very fearful person, and you're always afraid something's gonna go wrong. You're afraid you're gonna lose your job. You're afraid you're gonna lose your friends. You know, just anything that comes. Afraid you're gonna lose your car. Afraid your car gonna break down. And you're just really, like, you're just living in fear or anxiety a lot. The true you is never frightened. You're never in fear. You're never in anxiety. So you have to realize that this stuff that you're feeling right now is an illusion based on what, you know, the experience you're having. And you just, you know, try meditating on it. Try talking to your higher self. You know, talking and asking to be shown, like, who am I? I would like to be my true self. You know, make that statement, make that affirmation. You know, you are the universe. Okay, speak it, and it will reflect back to you exactly what you need. Okay, that's what anything in this journey. What you need will come to you. Okay, you have to believe it. And if you can't believe it right now in this physical human experience, imagine the infinite being you truly are. Because that infinite being definitely knows all is possible. Okay, thank you for watching. Make sure you sign up for my email list if you haven't signed up for already. And I'm really still glad to be back. See you guys.